Cao Cao moves the court to Xuchang. Lu Bu leads a night raid against Xuzhou. Li Yu tried to frighten the emperor's escort by claiming the rebel armies were close. His lies spread fear among tired soldiers and court officials, already worn by long days on the road. Yang Feng said,
"That voice, I know it. That's no rebel. It's Li Yue himself."
Yang Feng ordered Xu Huang to face Li Yue. In their first exchange, the traitor fell. His scattered followers fled in panic, leaving the road clear for the emperor's journey to continue. When the travelers reached Luoyang, they found only ruins. Palaces were burned, streets blocked by rubble, and silence filled the city once called the jewel of the Han Dynasty. Once proud Luoyang now stood as a ghost city. The survivors wandered among ruins. The emperor's heart grew heavy, but he vowed to rebuild what had been lost. Famine struck Luoyang. With few people left and no harvest, the hungry ate bark and roots. Even officials gathered fuel themselves. Many perished beneath collapsing ruins as misery deepened across the capital. Yang Biao urged the emperor to invite Cao Cao, strong in the east, to aid the throne. Only a true general, he said, could protect the Han and bring order once more.
Your Majesty, let strength serve virtue. Cao Cao can steady the empire.
The emperor approved the plan and sent his decree east. The messenger would cross mountains and storms to summon Cao Cao. Hope now rode with him through darkness. Through wind and thunder, the emperor's commands sped to the Shandong Mountains. The rider's endurance became the empire's pulse, carrying a single order: restore the Han and its rightful peace. Cao Cao learned that the emperor had returned to Luoyang. Xun Yu reminded him that loyalty could win hearts more than battle could. The chance had come to serve heaven's rightful ruler. Cao Cao saw destiny before him. He gathered his troops without delay. To rescue the emperor was to restore the Han and secure honor that would echo for centuries. At Luoyang, reports reached the emperor of Li Jue in Guoxi's advance. The city lay in ruins, fear in every heart. Amid the desolation, Dongcheng urged retreat to the eastern hills until aid could arrive. The emperor agreed to move east. With little preparation and fewer mounts, the weary court left the broken capital, hoping rescue would meet them before the rebels did. The returning messenger brought joyful news. Cao Cao was on his way with a great army. Ahead of him rode Xiahou Dun and 10 brave captains with 50,000 cavalry to guard the emperor. The advance guard reached the imperial convoy. Their strength and loyalty lifted every heart. For the first time in many weeks, the emperor's safety seemed certain once more. Soon, more soldiers arrived. Xiao Hong led reinforcements sent by Cao Cao himself. His care and foresight strengthened the emperor's escort and silenced every remaining fear of pursuit. The emperor ordered them to fight. The loyal wings attacked with power and precision, breaking Li Jue and Guoxi's lines. The rebels lost 10,000 men and fled into disarray. Cao Cao reached the capital and was warmly received. The emperor thanked him for loyalty and courage. From this moment, Cao Cao's destiny would intertwine with the empire's fate. Cao Cao declared he owed much to the state and would protect the throne with his soldiers. His loyalty impressed the court, and honors followed for his unmatched service. Cao Cao's success earned a high rank. The emperor entrusted him with the capital's defense and military command. Peace seemed near, but far away, the defeated rebels plotted once again. Jia Shu pleaded for peace, knowing they could not win, but Li Jue's pride flared. He called the council cowardly and raised his sword. Only the other's quick hands spared the advisor's life. That night, Jia Shu left the rebel camp forever. He walked alone toward his home, leaving behind the men whose pride had doomed them to ruin. Cao Cao tested the rebels' strength. His champions charged, withdrew, and returned again. By day's end, the enemy was confused and exhausted, their formation broken before the real battle began. Xu Chu slew both nephews in single combat. Carrying their heads, he returned to Cao Cao's command tent, greeted as a lion among men, and praised before all gathered ranks.
Brave Xu Chu, your strength defends the empire itself.
To the roll of drums, Cao Cao's army advanced. Li Gui and Guoxi's forces shattered and fled west into the hills, leaving 10,000 dead and countless prisoners behind. Victory brought peace for a time. The emperor's guards stood watch through the night, knowing the Han's light, though flickering, still burned beneath loyal protection. Seeing Cao Cao's success, Yang Feng and Han Xian feared they would lose influence. Pretending to chase rebels, they withdrew their armies toward Daliang, plotting their next move. Dongzhou, once a scholar under Yuan Shao, now served the Han. He and Cao Cao spoke long into the night about famine, loyalty, and how to rebuild the capital's future. Dongzhou proposed moving the capital to Xuchang, where food was plentiful and safety assured. Cao Cao agreed. The Han could not rebuild amid ruins and famine. Wang Li read in the stars that new powers would rise in Wei, the ancient state of earth. But Cao Cao preferred action to omens and prepared quietly for the great move. The emperor consented. Luoyang was empty, but Xuchang promised life. The day was chosen and the court set out, with Cao Cao commanding the escort toward a safer home. On the road to Xuchang, Yang Feng and Han Xian suddenly appeared, blocking the imperial convoy. Xu Huang rode forth, accusing Cao Cao of stealing the emperor's power.
Cao Cao, you dare take the emperor away?
At Cao Cao's command, Xu Chu fought Xu Huang through 50 fierce bouts without a winner. Impressed by Xu Huang's strength, Cao Cao ordered the gongs and withdrew his troops.
Enough! Such courage deserves respect, not death.
That night, Manchong disguised himself as a common soldier and crept into the enemy camp. His mission was to find his old friend Xu Huang and win him over to Cao Cao's side. Manchong praised Xu Huang's bravery and urged him to serve Cao Cao. After reflection, Xu Huang agreed, choosing loyalty and light without betraying his former masters.
A wise man serves where virtue shines.
Then I will follow that light.
Cao Cao's forces reached Xuchang and immediately rebuilt. Palaces, halls, an ancestral temple, terraces, public offices, repaired walls and storehouses, all set in order so the capital could thrive again. Cao Cao rewarded faithful servants. Dongcheng and 13 others rose to lordship. Those who served well were honored. Those who deserved punishment were judged, all under Cao Cao's careful authority for order. Cao Cao became prime minister, regent marshal, and lord of Wuping. He appointed Xun Yu, Guojia, Liu Ye, Mao Ji, Manchong, many commanders and others to run the government and secure supply lines. After state matters were set, Cao Cao held a private banquet. He told his advisors he worried Liu Bei and Lu Bu might join and threaten his position, and the room turned serious.
First, we must choose a clever plan to weaken two foes without a rash battle.
Cao Cao followed Xun Yu's plan. He gave Liu Bei an official commission for Xuzhou, while enclosing a private message urging Liu Bei to remove Lu Bu, hoping the rivals would weaken each other.
By this commission, you are named General who conquers the East. Act for the Han.
News of the capital's move to Xuchang reached Xuzhou, and Liu Bei received the imperial envoy with honor. Beneath the formal decree lay a secret, Cao Cao's private letter, whose careful words would soon test bonds of trust and duty. Cao Cao urged Liu Bei to kill Lu Bu. Zhang Fei's temper flared, calling for swift action. Yet Liu Bei refused. A man who had come seeking shelter must not be slain. Righteousness could not bend to fear or trickery.
Strike the snake before it coils.
We do not betray a guest in our care.
Lu Bu came to offer congratulations, unaware of Cao Cao's letter. Though Liu Bei returned courtesy with courtesy, Zhang Fei's doubts sharpened, dragging the room toward a moment where temper might outrun wisdom. Anger nearly shattered courtesy. Zhang Fei lunged, but Liu Bei's quick restraint prevented bloodshed beneath his roof. One reckless stroke would have stained their oath of brotherhood and ruined hard-won peace.
Hold! No guest shall bleed under my roof.
Liu Bei told everything and showed the hidden message. Lu Bu saw the trick meant to set friends at odds. Tears flickered, and both men vowed not to let slander pull them apart. Liu Bei explained Cao Cao's plot to divide them. Guan Yu agreed that patience and honor were stronger than deception. Zhang Fei still sought action, but his elder brother held the line of virtue. Liu Bei's answer was respectful and cautious. Yet when the messenger returned to Xuchang, he told Cao Cao everything, especially Liu Bei's promise to protect Lu Bu despite the private command. Learning his first plan failed, Cao Cao asked for another. Xun Yu proposed tiger against wolf, anger Yuan Shu against Liu Bei, then command Liu Bei to attack, driving rivals into each other's jaws. A forged edict ordered Liu Bei to punish Yuan Shu. It looked like heaven's voice, but its words were a snare. Two strong houses nudged toward collision, while Cao Cao watched from safety. Midu suspected trickery, yet Liu Bei insisted a royal order must be obeyed. The banner of duty would lead them forward even if shadowed hands had raised it. Someone had to protect the city. Zhang Fei pressed his case, vowing sober vigilance and iron discipline. Liu Bei agreed, but quietly asked Chen Deng to steady his passionate brother.
Guard our home with care, not fury.
You have my word.
Liu Bei set forth toward Nanyang. Duty called him away, and Zhang Fei stood guard over family and city, determined to keep both safe until victory brought his brothers home. Hearing that Liu Bei would attack, Yuan Shu raged and raised 100,000 under Jiling. Pride and power surged together, driving a storm towards Shuyi, where the armies soon would meet. Jiling mocked Liu Bei as a rustic unworthy of command. Liu Bei answered with dignity. He marched under imperial order to punish misrule, not to chase glory for himself. They fought 30 fierce bouts without decision. At Jiling's call for rest, Guan Yu nodded and returned calmly to his lines. A warrior's courtesy preserving strength for the next exchange. The single blow shattered enemy courage. Liu Bei's men pressed the advantage, driving the larger force backward. Valor, order, and trust in command turned the day to victory. Zhang Fei allowed one night of wine before strict discipline returned. But promises are most fragile in celebration, and the cup lingered too long in the general's eager hand. Cao Cao declined for religious reasons. Offended, Zhang Fei pressed him. The feast's cheer curdled into sharp pride and rising anger, and a bad moment bent toward a worse decision. When Cao Cao revealed Lu Bu as his son-in-law, Zhang Fei erupted. Taking it as mockery and threat, he ordered a harsh beating, stamping anger instead of mercy onto the knight's memory.
So Lu Bu shields you. Then I'll beat you as I beat him.
Wounded in body and pride, Cao Cao sent word to Lu Bu. Xuzhou lay open tonight, its guardian drunk and careless. The letter sped like a spark toward waiting tinder. Before dawn, treachery opened Xuzhou. Lu Bu's cavalry surged in, seizing streets before the watchmen properly woke. Surprise and speed made night their ally, and the city trembled. Courage could not mend carelessness. Overmatched and unsteady, Zhang Fei cut a path out and fled east with a few riders, leaving the city and his brother's family caught within Lu Bu's grasp.
Brother, forgive me.
At Shuyi, Zhang Fei confessed. Xuzhou had fallen to Lu Bu, and the family was lost. Liu Bei sighed that success and failure must be borne alike. Guan Yu, fighting grief, demanded an accounting of broken promises.
What oath did you give our brother? Where are our sisters? I failed.
Shame crushed Zhang Fei. He drew his sword to kill himself. He raised the cup and pledged. None might say nay. Remorseful, drew the sword, himself to slay. Zhang Fei's fate will be told in the next chapter.